Hi folks, Mr. Long here. I'm doing a quick little screencast on how to get the equation of a line from 2 points or two ordered pairs. So what you see in front of you is a graph right here, and our graph has the relationship between, it's a piggy bank graph, right? The y-axis is how much money you have, the x-axis is how many weeks you have. So you've been given 2 points. The 2 points, which you would just pull off the line, like if you were given the graph, you would just find the points on the line. Like if it was a line of best fit, you would just locate 2 points that you can see reasonably well. So the first one says after 2 weeks you have $81. The second point is after 7 weeks you have $141. And what we want to do is come up with this equation, y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope or rate. So in this case, remember the slope is always rise up and down, which is y, over x. So it's going to be dollars per week. That's the way you do it. You just look at the y-axis, dollars, and weeks in the x-axis. So m is dollars per week. So how much are you saving per week? And it's saving because it's a positive correlation. It's going up. Plus b. b is the initial value or y-intercept. It's what you start at down here. Okay. So how much money did they start at? Okay, so we take our 2 points and we put them into a table. Let's go to the table and take a look at what that looks like. So folks, let's take a look at this information now that we've got it into a table of values. Let's try and come up with that equation. So the first thing we want to do is figure out how much y, the dollars, is changing by. So if we look, we notice that it changed by 141, or from 141, sorry, from 81 to 141, which is $60. Now, that $60 of increase occurred over 5 weeks, okay, from 2 until 7 weeks. So then what we do is we do our delta y over delta x, which is our definition of slope or rate. So it's going to be $60 in 12 weeks, which is, sorry, I went to the answer there. That's a case of knowing what the answer was, and I just went there. So the actual question, of course, is $60 in 5 weeks, and if I divide that out, I then get $12 every week. Okay, so now I have the slope or the rate. What I need to do now is to figure out that y-intercept or initial value that occurs here. Okay, at 0 weeks, how much money did I have? So if I look at my differences, I can do those again. I know that it took 2 weeks to go from 0 weeks to 2 weeks, and also I was saving $12 a week. Well, I can figure out what this first delta y is because it's 2 weeks times by $12 per week, and that works out to $24. Okay, so that means I saved $24 in those first 2 weeks. So whenever you are figuring this value out here, it's always going to be this delta x multiplied by this value here, your rate. Okay, so this value is always going to be delta x multiplied by m. Okay, delta x multiplied by m. So now I guess get to work backwards. I had $81 and it's $24 less, so $24 less than 81 is $57. So that's my starting value of $57. Okay, so the last thing I probably should do is write down the equation. And in this case, the equation is going to be, y equals 12x plus 57. So $12 per week multiplied by the number of weeks, plus I started at $57, okay? So I started at $57 at 0 weeks, and it's $12 per week. So now I can use that equation in a variety of ways by substituting either in either x or y. Okay, folks, so that's how you get the equation of a line from 2 points. Very straightforward. Make your table of values. Make your table of values first. There's your two ordered pairs. Figure out your rate or your slope, delta y, divided by delta x, and then work backwards to figure out your initial y value, the y-intercept, which we know as, the letter that we assign to that is b, right? That's the b value, the y-intercept on the y-axis. Okay, folks, so again, get your two ordered points from your line, get your rate, your slope from delta y and delta x, work backwards to get b. Once you have b, you have an equation that you can now use. Have a good day.